Hey guys, Thunderstud here, and we are playing Furhirez. So we're actually playing Furhirez not that long ago when the ban list hit, and now we're even back at it. But the last time we were at it, we were having fun. We were using like red resonators, sphere boys. We had all monsters in the deck, synchro plays, all that cool stuff. But I've been making a lot of decks lately that just have no out to witchcrafters, and that's really just unacceptable. So they're really forcing me to just shoehorn in some outs. So if you're getting tired of seeing Karma Cut and Ultimate Providence and Fiendish Chain in every deck, blame witchcrafters, don't blame me. But so that's purely what this is. I'd rather have red resonator and like sphere boys, but witchcrafters won't really have that. So we're stuck with this. But Furhirez got a few new cards. We're only using one new card. It's our boy Bravo. During your main phase, you special summon one Furhirez monster from your hand, obviously, and when you do, all Furhirez monsters currently on the field gain 500 attack and defense this turn only. So he gets us a little higher. That would obviously get himself up to 2400. Just barely misses lethal with a 1k monster. You're 100 off. Still pretty crippling. But other than that, guys, 3 beat, 2 of every boy. Now we're just running 1 seal. We don't really need seal. Seal was good as a big just attack monster. Bravo's obviously better in every way. And with 1 seal, we can return our 1 Wiz or 1 Dyna if we happen to lose them, just in case. We're still using 3 Plasmas because this deck brings it out really easy. And Plasmas plays in virtually all these future metas we've been seeing. And he's just super strong in himself. We're using See You Later. It's very, very good for this deck. It works against floodgates. It gets your combos going. It helps with Bravo too. After you bring Bravo out and then have nothing to trigger his effect, you can return. You'll see that in the replays. Works out pretty well. Still a fun little deck. You really gotta jam the deck with traps. I would even run 1 less Plasmas and another trap, just for good measure when you're really doing that try-hard angle. But other than that, if you're trying to have fun, throw in some red resonator, do some synchro plays. But we're trying to win hard, see how good Furhirez can actually get. So I hope you guys enjoy, and thanks for watching. Alright, here's the new Colin, wearing his high-collared shirt, looking pretty edgy. I actually went back and watched 5Ds. I watched through the Dark Signers and through this little Colin Western arc, I guess you would say. Thanks to this event, I didn't want to get spoiled, so I just pounded it out and watched it. So I'm almost done with 5Ds here, and then that'll be as far as I've gotten on Yu-Gi-Oh, guys. I'll be watching it. So here we're fighting an Infernity. He obviously just sets a monster, showed us his launcher, but really with Floodgate and Fiendish Chain, unless he has a Hatronade, he's not really going to do much to us. So he tries to bring out a Necromancer. We hit him with our Fiendish Chain. Here he uses his launcher. Have you guys ever seen someone floodgate 2 monsters with 1 floodgate? Because you're about to see it. He special summons them both. I chain a floodgate. That's 2 monsters floodgated with 1 floodgate, guys. Pretty wild and pretty crippling. So he has a 0 attack Necromancer who can't do anything, 2 floodgated monsters, and no hand. So pretty raw deal for him. He could still use a barrier though if he did have it. He does have an attack position. Infernity monster. Here guys, we start with Bravo. Bravo brings out his Wiz. Now he tries to Ballista Squad. We're still 2400. We set our Karma Cut. Plasmas is pretty useless right now, but he works for Karma Cut. Here our boy's got a special summon Infernity Archer as well as his Archfiend. So he's getting a little desperate. His tuner is stuck down right here, that's why he didn't bring out a tuner. But we're gonna just Karma Cut his 2k boy with the Plasmas. And now Bravo is the strongest. And look at that, guys. Bravo into Bravo. I probably should have special summoned, or no, you can't special summon yourself. So he has to Breaker 1. We destroy his monster. Still a floodgated Infernity Beetle down there. 2 more back row. No cards in his hand. We get a Dyna. He's gonna Infernity break us. He should have did it earlier because we still get our effect. That means Dyna comes out. Guess what, guys? Dyna's gonna banish an Archfiend. He only gets to banish the amount that's on the field. But we give him his tuner back. He top decks a monster, so nothing he can really do. Check this out, guys. See you later coming through. Now we're gonna use our Dampa. Dampa's gonna bring out Dinah. Now that's gonna be a 2-banish. We're gonna hit his tuner and his last Archfiend in the graveyard, so his graveyard is quite useless. And he's down to 1k life in top deck mode with a crippled graveyard. Nothing he can really do in scoops. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here's the Jaden. We're going second. He's using that edgy Jaden mat. It's got a cool little sleeve there using grit. This boy knows what he's doing. We're going second though, so we'll have to wait and see. Sets 2. Now we have a handful of monsters, but we still have our beat. So we bring out our Bravo. Search a Recon. We're thinking about the next turn. We're not thinking about this turn. We special summon that Recon. Get pretty buff. Now we're gonna see you later. Get that beat out of here. Guess what, guys? We're gonna use the Recon this turn, forcing our enemy to use his Ballista Squad. He is Lunalights. Hits us a little too late because we're still able to summon that beat right back out. 2400, 1200, so close to lethal, but he did have grit anyway, so not much we can do. Now we just gotta rely on our Fiendish Chain to get us through what is likely to be a Cat Dancer. Uses a Smart 10 to add another fusion spell, but just a lone Cat Dancer is no match for our Fiendish Chains. But how are we going to stop him? We're going to use our beat, summon our Wiz. Probably shouldn't have summoned the Wiz, probably should have summoned the Dampa. But what are you going to do? So beat's going to search our seal. That way we can bring our one Wiz back from the graveyard after she's there for this Plasma's play. Now I haven't used my normal summon, so we're going to use that Wiz back immediately. Summon our Dampa, 3k after we absorb the Cat Dancer. We know he doesn't have a Kite Roid, so we finish him off with the little Dampa. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here's a Seto Kaiba. We're going second. No Sleeper Mouth for our boy, but he is using Ultimate Dragons. Trying to get this boy out, but we won't let him. So he sets one monster. We have a pretty bad hand. So we're just gonna set 3 traps, call it a day. He passes even harder to us. Look at us pass, guys. So we gotta work with our little boys. It's small boy time. So we go with Recon into Dampa that destroys his face down. Lets him search a Blue Eyes. And he's ready for that Ultimate Dragons next round, guys. All he needs is another Blue Eyes in his hand. We're pecking at him for 1500. Let's see what he's got in store for us. But with all this back row, he couldn't possibly stop us with one Polymerization card. Adds his one Poly. Goes into a Twin Burst. Only had 2. So really, most of the time people are building this deck, they don't even build in another win con. So he loses that one monster and can't really do much. So here we're going to see you later. We throw our Dampa back. That means Recon can special summon our beat. Destroy that face down monster. Goodbye, Twin Burst Dragon. You got beat by a little cat thing. Little cat thing in a hot air balloon. Just sniped out the Twin Burst Dragon. Great stuff, guys. Okay, here we are facing a Jaden. It looked over 20 cards, so I couldn't tell exactly how many. So just 22. He is using Neo Space with most likely Neo's Fusion, but look at this boy come at us. Hits us with Necro Valley. Does very little to this deck though, really. So we're going to start with our Recon. We're going to hit that back row there. Pop a Mass Change for free that he's trying to bluff. Now look at this, guys. We are not content with that little bit of damage. We're going to use See You Later. Return that Recon. Bring him out with the Bravo. That's an extra 1k damage to this boy. He's 100 within lethal. So close to being such a devastating combo. But he had enough as it was. So he scoops. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here's Alexis. We're going first. She's stunting on us with Friendship over there. We have a Bravo and a Recon, but I don't want to show our hand just yet. So we just set a Floodgate and pray for the best. Our opponent sets even harder than we did, so we'll take the reins and get started. Start with our beat. Special summon Bravo. Bravo's gonna summon that Wiz and make everybody real strong. So let's see how high they get without Ties Up Bind. We're 2400, 1700, and 2100. So we are threatening lethal, but not anymore once we're hit with a Sphere Boy. 2 Sphere Boys. But it was kind of a good favor to switch our Wiz to defense for us, leaving our poor Beat in attack position. He took just enough damage to Master Rights, but he's a simple Cyber Angels, so it shouldn't be too hard for us. That's Machine Angel Ritual. It makes it much easier to summon monsters, so we're gonna negate that one. Even with Absolute, you have to be more exact, so all he can do is a Ben 10 into a Ben 10. Now he has no cards in his hand. He's going to search a monster, but with no cards in his hand, it's pretty safe to floodgate that Ben 10 and just take the duel. It's that easy and consistent. You're still getting at least one negate around. It's the same old Furhirez, guys. You toss in those back row. That's pretty much what Konami is forcing us to do. You better fall in love with Karma Cut and Ultimate Providence and Fiendish Chain, Divine Wrath. All that trap effect negation to really stop those Witchcrafters. It plays against other decks too, obviously. So Furhirez, as many as you can get in there. Slim back on the Plasmas if you can. Add more traps. You'll have success. Thanks for watching, guys.